Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to break down the information you've been sharing and asking about. And today, we're jumping into something pretty exciting that's got the gaming community buzzing. It's the early look, the first analysis of the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade demo running on, well, the rumored Nintendo Switch 2. You know, for years, the idea of playing these huge, graphically intense AAA games on a portable, that felt kind of like a pipe dream, especially something as visually complex as Final Fantasy VII Remake. So our mission today, let's unpack what these first impressions really tell us about bridging that gap. And honestly, the performance details coming out are, well, they're genuinely surprising.
Yeah, they really are. It feels like a pivotal moment, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And I know many of you watching the Switch 2's development closely will see just how significant this is, because Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's not just any game. It's practically a benchmark for visuals, for hardware demands. So seeing these early reports saying it doesn't just run, but runs well on a handheld, that's not just news. It's a potentially massive step for what handheld gaming could become.
Okay, yeah, let's dig into that. Because the hands-on accounts seem to confirm something pretty remarkable straight away. We're talking impressive visuals and performance, Digital Foundry, and, you know, they are meticulous with their tech analysis. They actually called it, quote, the best looking thing I've seen on Switch 2 so far.
Wow. That's a strong statement.
It really is. That's not something they say lightly.
Exactly. And what caught my eye, especially for you tech followers out there, is the talk of a stable 30 frames per second, plus excellent motion blur. Now, for such a demanding game, what does that stability, that visual polish, what does it really suggest about the Switch 2's power? Like its GPU, or maybe how it handles complex scenes?
Well, that stability and quality, that's precisely what's so fascinating here. It's not just impressive on its own. It suggests Nintendo's maybe found a really good balance between power and efficiency. And crucially, it almost certainly means they're using advanced upscaling techniques. You know, dynamic resolution, maybe temporal stuff.
Okay, so rendering lower internally, then sharpening it up. Exactly. Yeah. That's kind of the magic trick for getting these demanding titles onto portables without totally gutting the visuals. And, you know, this level of optimization is really reassuring, especially when you remember the PC port's launch was a bit rough.
Right. Yeah, that wasn't smooth sailing initially.
So this tells us Square Enix likely put significant dedicated effort into tailoring this version for the new hardware. And that effort seems to be paying off, making the action feel fluid, responsive, even on that smaller screen.
That dedication really seems key. And for a game this ambitious visually, seeing it run well on a handheld, it's more than just a technical feat, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Like strategically, this isn't some scaled back mobile version. It sounds like the full fat experience right there in your hands. It really feels like a testament to what this new Switch 2 hardware might be capable of.
Absolutely.
And if you connect this to the bigger picture, yeah, this port is making a strong statement about the system's potential. It basically signals to other big AAA developers, look, high fidelity games, they can work here. They can thrive here.
Okay, so it opens the door for potentially more ambitious ports down the line.
Exactly. Now, sure, the demo was limited. It was just the initial Mako reactor mission. And maybe that's not the absolute peak of the game's demands, graphically speaking. But still, the stability, the motion blur, the overall look, it's very, very promising for the full release. It sets a high bar, you know, for what we might expect from other major titles coming over.
Right. And for everyone already thinking about playing this, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is apparently expected on the Switch 2 in late 2025. No precise date yet, but that window definitely ramps up the anticipation, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. This demo, even being just a demo, has undeniably built up a lot of excitement. And you can see why. It really gets you thinking about the future of handhelds overall.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the player?
Well, seeing a beast of a game like Final Fantasy VII Remake run this impressively on new portable hardware, it feels like a major step. It hints at a future where maybe you get more consistently powerful, high-fidelity gaming experiences on the go without feeling like you're getting a massively compromised version. It's about delivering that truly immersive portable promise.
And maybe this raises an interesting question for you to think about. What other kinds of huge AAA titles games you maybe thought were stuck on home consoles or PCB, what else do you now think could realistically make the jump to handhelds? Especially given what we're seeing or hearing about with this Switch 2's capabilities demonstrated by this Final Fantasy demo. Kind of opens up some interesting possibilities, right?
Definitely something to mull over. Thanks everyone for joining us on the Deep Dive today.